I'm a cheap prick. I kinda always have been. I've been wearing the same pair of running shoes for like the last 10 years. They work just fine, and I've got dress shoes if I need to not look like a slob. I rarely buy new clothes. I get my hair cut like every 8 months. I try and buy certain groceries on sale. Basically, I try and save as much money as I can, especially since a dose of Buckley actually started paying the bills. Because this could all just end. And then what? I've told you before, as a YouTuber, content creator, whatever you want to call yourself, you need to be covered for like 6 months to a year, because when it inevitably comes crashing down and you start applying for real jobs, they're gonna go, "Oh, so what have you been up to for the last few years? Making YouTube videos, huh? Oh yeah, well, that skill translates really well at nowhere." So, if all of your income comes from internet nonsense, you should be smart with your money and save it. But apparently, even though I try to spend less, this makes me an evil hoarder. How? Well, more on that in a bit. First, let's make fun of some influencers. I promise it's all connected. A lot of influencers like to spend a lot of money on things. Some of them frivolous, others might be considered an okay investment. Like Epic Mealtime's Harley Morenstein. He has an Instagram where he shows off his action figure collection. What do those cost, Buckley? Like $20 each? This Star-Lord is $250. So is this Han Solo. This Spider-Man is about $230. He's got thousands, maybe over $10,000 worth of toys pictured on his Instagram. But, you know, Epic Mealtime made a lot of money, and I suppose if he's ever hurting for money, he can sell these off to the right people for, well, something. I mean, they're no longer mint in box, and they've been handled by a man who has eaten way too much bacon in his life. I assume grease is just seeping from his skin 24/7. But anyway, you know what you can sell in almost any market? Houses. Twitch streamer Hassan Piker, who, during what I'm dubbing the Twitchy Leaks incident, was shown to have made somewhere in the neighborhood of $2.8 million over the last 2 years on Twitch alone. It appears he pretty much put all that back into real estate, purchasing a $2.7 million house in California. Now, the fun part of this? Hassan Piker is apparently a socialist who benefited heavily from nepotism. His uncle co-founded the Young Turks and got him his first job. So a lot of people felt that a guy who's all about socialism, supposedly, going to live in a multi-million-dollar West Hollywood home with the rest of the elite seems a little, I don't know, hypocritical? But here's the good news. If all his fans stop supporting him, at least he has a roof over his head. You know, assuming he actually paid for it and didn't get some high-interest mortgage and spend the rest of his Twitch money on pool cleaners. So a house is not an entirely foolish way to spend your money. But why do all these people all think that they need to go to Los Angeles or New York? That's one thing I will never understand. I need to go live in LA because that's where all the celebrities are, and I'm a celebrity now. Like these people strike digital oil and they all become the fucking Beverly Hillbillies. Jesus, Buckley, I thought you just turned 40, not 80. Great fucking reference. Yeah, I know. But like, do all these people think if they get close to real celebrities that they'll get real opportunities? Like they'll all get their own Netflix shows or something? I guarantee Hassan could have bought a house the same size with a pool for like $600K in nearly any other part of the country. Save the other $2 million and change. You can stream from Twitch effectively anywhere in the world. You don't need to do it from LA. Someone once asked me, why do you still live in London, Ontario? Why haven't you moved to Toronto at least? For what fucking reason? So everything can cost twice as much and I can watch a homeless guy take a shit on a subway train at 2 in the afternoon while I'm going to get groceries because you can't fucking drive anywhere in that shithole? Oh yeah, good plan. But people really do think this is a good idea. Take, for example, this CNBC article I read titled, "Full-time YouTuber shares 6 affordable decorating hacks for living in a small space." This article is unironically titled this, as the second paragraph explains that the woman, Elena Tabor, whatever the fuck, lives in a fucking $5,100 a month apartment. Now, she got roommates. Her share is only $1,850 a month. For a bedroom. Oh, do you have some affordable tips for me? You're an idiot who pays $18.50 a month for a bedroom and you have to share a kitchen and a bathroom with 2 other roommates. So hopefully you don't sink up when you have to take a shit. But I don't want your advice on things that are affordable because you don't even know what affordable means. Like, I'm supposed to take this person seriously when it comes to finances? She says, I kind of viewed this apartment as an investment. No apartment is an investment. You get 0 return. In a year, you'll spend $22,200 on rent that you'll never see again. It's just gone. No, Buckley. The investment is that she gets to live in New York. And do what? Make videos like, Week in My Life in NYC, dinner parties, music festival, catching up. They get 55,000 views? Oh yeah, good investment. And you know, there's probably like 0 vlogs about New York, so it's a good thing someone's finally covering this part of the country that almost no one talks about. But what do I know? Maybe that's nothing to her. Maybe it's a drop in the bucket. Apparently, I'm the only idiot on YouTube who has over 500,000 subscribers and didn't figure out a way to become a millionaire. But these influencers influence this type of behavior, this keeping up with the Joneses attitude, the I'm famous, so I have to act the part nonsense. And then everyone wants a taste of that. So then we have this article, also from CNBC, about some financial advisor who's, oh my god, just beside herself that a millennial is spending $750 a month on a BMW. The young lady in question, Wendy Gonzalez, makes $80K a year and spends 12% of it at least on a car. The article mentions her $750 a month car payment and $90 on gas roughly every month, but it doesn't mention insurance. And she also lives in Los Angeles, so who knows what her rent is. A person's got to feed themselves, entertain themselves. $80K in Los Angeles is like $50K in most other parts of the US, especially when you're spending so much money on yet another non-investment. Cars rarely increase in value, even luxury automobiles. Only a very select few do. Usually they're cars that are already classics. There's cost to maintain it, and of course, the more expensive the car, the more expensive everything is. I guarantee you fixing a BMW costs more than fixing a fucking Honda Fit. The article says that she sets aside about $1,000 a month. She makes nearly $6,700 a month, which means she must be spending $5,700 of it a month? Why? Why do people do this to themselves? YOLO, I guess, right? Fuck worrying about retirement or having an emergency savings. She says she has $25,000 in savings. If she got fired tomorrow, with the way she spends, with the way she lives, she could live for less than 5 months. Do they still let you sleep in your car in Walmart parking lots? With a BMW, the other homeless people living in their 2003 Ford Tauruses will go, typical, looks like they're trying to gentrify the neighborhood. But guess what? Apparently, I'm the asshole for saving my money. You see, we used to make fun of people for this extravagance, whether it was celebrities like Kylie Jenner buying her child a $12,000 backpack, that happened, or, oh, I don't know, some regular idiot pissing away $750 a month on a car, or $18.50 a month to live in a small box in New York, just so that they can pretend that they have some status in the world. But guess what? People who save money are actually hoarding wealth. This is something that I've been seeing more and more lately. For example, on this article about a 31-year-old YouTuber who makes $6 million a year and describes himself as frugal, and he is, the article says he fucking splits a cleaning service with his girlfriend. Guy makes $6 million a year, and he goes halvesies with his girlfriend on $250 a month. And on Facebook, there were multiple comments about hoarding money and not putting it back into society. So really, the girl spending 85% of what she earns, these people pissing away their money on dumb things, they're the ones doing it right. That BMW, all the people that built it, they have jobs. The guy who sold it gets a commission. He can go buy groceries, all grown by farmers who got paid for their work, which also keeps the people at the grocery store employed. They in turn pay rent for their apartments. Those apartments all have landlords and maintenance staff. Someone had to build the apartments. You get it. Saving money? For what? Retirement? You could die before that. So, spend it all on action figures or overly expensive cars or apartments or houses you can just barely afford. It's the right thing to do for society. And then, when you're 70 and you can't work anymore and you've got next to nothing in savings and Social Security pays out peanuts, you can survive by buying cat food in bulk at Costco, keeping both their employees, as well as the good people at Whiskas, or, if you still want a taste of the good life, Fancy Feast, in business. That's what a healthy society looks like. A senior citizen shoveling a tin of low-grade tuna into themselves because they pissed away all their money when they were young to impress a bunch of slack-jawed idiots on the internet.